Good halftime, everybody. It's the Denver Bronco Roundup. We're going to call this halftime adjustments. Welcome, everybody, to the show. We're going to make this short, quick, but man, it's game
Let's
one. It's the
go!
first half. Oh, what's going on?
It's a
Man,
good game.
Jody is like after it, man. I'm not sure what's going on, but hey,
I think someone said Russell Wilson is going to ball out this year, and not patting myself on the back, but
you want to talk about it just a little bit? You want to talk about Russell Wilson, 17 for 19, 125 yards, 2 touchdowns?
couldn't ask for anything better. That's how you execute a 2-minute drive.
Yep.
That was done to perfection. Block Max Crosby, and you can blow this game wide open.
And the one missed pass I do not even call because that was that little tip down to stop the clock.
Yep. Had to throw an incompletion there, and then there was that one overthrow to Javonte that we all saw.
That was an easy throw too. He can make that throw. So
Yep. I like Javonte. Whatever. He came on there. He's like, "It's okay, man. Calm down. It's all good."
Now, one thing I did hear, they were saying that Dulcich came off. They said he was grabbing his hammy. I hope.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, but I hope that's not a. I don't know.
And 4, 5, 6 weeks out of the season.
Yeah. Can't miss Dulcich. Stearns obviously went down as well. Looks like he's in street clothes on the side now at this point, so that's a big one as well. So injuries, not what we want to see. Hey, what's the score, guys? What's the score? I guess our scoreboard is empty in the background. Score is right now 13-10.
13-10?
13-10.
No,
13-10. I'm sorry.
No, it's 10-16.
Yeah, 13-10. Man, you're throwing me off. Yes. 13-10. Broncos over the Raiders at halftime. Broncos executed a fantastic 2-minute drive after really getting kind of annihilated on their drive leading up to that. Took sacks, took losses in the passing game. It was by far their worst series as an offense. And but hey, flip the script. Got a great punt. Got it at the 5. Held those guys without a first down. Got the ball back. March right back down the field, get the lead at halftime. I want to get Albert's thoughts on a couple of things. Albert, first off, you were talking about Javonte. You were talking about the pitch count. What do you think of Javonte so far? And just as an update, I guess you could say, we could update his stats. 7 for 32, average of 4.6.
I think he is doing amazing, and he will play for the remainder of the game. There will be no more snap counts for him. He's doing very well. He takes the hits, and people rolled over his legs, and he just gets up and keeps going.
Yeah, well, even if he's on that pitch count, we were kind of thinking of around 15 carries. So far, he's got 7. So, yeah, riding him for the second half, getting basically a duplication of what we saw in the first half is certainly a possibility. And if we need him down the stretch and he needs 5 more carries, yeah, I'm not too worried. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you about, Albert, and then I'll go back over to Jody. Opening kickoff, what was your thoughts?
That was surprising. I really enjoy it. Sean Payton is keeping everybody on their heels, and so yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised. And just right off the bat, doing something like that, yeah, that is what Sean Payton does, and he keeps everybody on their toes.
Jody, what were your thoughts on that opening kickoff? You happy with it, man?
Yeah, I like it. It was aggressive. Everything went perfect except the guy touched it 9 9/10 yards instead of 10.
Yeah, really close. It would have been a big momentum swing. As it is, guys, look at it this way. We're not only in a game after we missed that opportunity of getting the onside kick right to begin the game. We also missed an extra point in this game, and here we are sitting up 13-10 versus the Raiders. Good signs for everything that we wanted to see from this coaching staff, being able to hold these guys together, get executable plays onto the field, and execute those plays. And man, what an execution it's been. I've been absolutely astounded. I know that Max Crosby went off there for like one series. That said, this offensive line has, well, given Javonte the ability to get average over 4.5 yards per carry, and they've been keeping Russell Wilson awfully dang clean. A lot of it has to do with the scheme, I know, but this offensive line looks completely different. Jody, your thoughts on the offensive line? I'll go back up to Albert.
It's looked pretty decent. Mike McGlinchey, I wish they'd stop putting him one-on-one with Max Crosby. He's a beast, and he makes everyone at times look bad.
Mm-hmm.
But when they chip and they give him help, Russ has had time. Russ is finding receivers open. And Russ, one thing he wasn't doing last year, he's not afraid to take that check down and get 4 or 5 or swing it to the running back out of the backfield.
Yes.
What's he given up? One, maybe 2 sacks. 1, I think.
It hasn't been much, man.
One.
It's been looking really good. Danny's coming in here. Danny Kitchen saying it's great to have a coach. Also have Dan coming in here. Dan Duncan saying Russ looks good. Yeah, absolutely. Looks fantastic. Michelle coming in here and saying, hey, gents, love the opening kick and love the intensity of the team. You know what I love? I love that last touchdown that we just put on the board. That last touchdown was the kind of the epitome of everything we hope to see from this Denver Broncos team. They come out there, as Jody was talking, executing within that 2-minute offense, down there with just seconds to go. Great play action, rollout by Russell Wilson, extends the play, things that we wanted to see, directing traffic. And who does it go to? A guy that I said on the show last night or the other night when we were doing our pregame, that, man, I want to see him get a reception. I want to see him get involved. It was Mr. Cortland Sutton catching that at the back of the end zone. And, man, the emphasis that he put on that spike, you could tell that meant something. It's like, hey, buddy. And the first guy to congratulate him, the first guy to meet up with him, and they were both happy to see each other, of course, Russell Wilson. So just a great end to a half. We're going to be going into the second half. I'll start with you, Jody. What adjustments do we make? And then I'll hit Albert as well.
I want to see some more pressure on Jimmy G.
Might have had Jody freeze up. We've been bringing some 6-man fronts. I'm going to just flip it over to Albert for just a second, what you would like to see in those second half adjustments. I'll get back to you, Jody, in just 1 second. Okay, bud?
Yeah, you must give credit to the Raiders offensive line. They are protecting Garoppolo really, really well. And we are trying to rush the passer, but we do not get to him. And but I think in the second half that will change, because our defense is not as long on the field. We keep the Raiders defense on the field, so our defense will stay fresh longer. So we will see more hits to the quarterback.
All right. And, Jody, before you get to that, I'll just throw out a couple stats on the Raiders side of things. Jimmy G, 10 for 12 for 93 yards and a touchdown. Josh Jacobs, 9 for 21 yards and a 2.3-yard average. And Devontae Adams, 3 for 24 and a 8-yard average. What do we need to do in the second half, Jody?
I want to see more pressure on Jimmy G. We really haven't gotten any pressure on him. And I want to see the little dink and dunk quick throws. I want to see that put away. On the offensive side, I really want to see let's run the ball. Let's see if we can, get Russ under center, and let's really run the ball and see what that does.
Yeah.
Although I like what we're doing on offense, I hate to say change it up because it's working really well. I haven't seen, besides that one drive where they had 2 or 3 penalties right there, they've moved the ball when they've wanted. Russ is finding different receivers. He's not locked in on one guy. And I want to see him come out at halftime and get 7. Let's open this game up.
Be nice.
This is a big drive.
It will be a big drive. Of course, Raiders will be cooking off to us, yeah, so we get that opportunity right off the bat. That'll be fantastic. I like the idea that you had there, Jody, and Kenny's coming in saying, evening, boys, defense would be my concern. Raiders are moving the ball if I had to play devil's advocate. And yeah, there has been some opportunity, obviously, for the Raiders to move the ball. Like I said, Jimmy G's been very, very efficient, though not hugely impressive as far as yardage totals or touchdown totals. Still very efficient, going 10 for 12. Shutting down Josh Jacobs, shutting down Devontae Adams for the most part has been exactly what the plan that we needed. But what you were getting to, Jody, and what I was just going to get onto as well is dictating. So far, we've been able to dictate on offense. We've been able to go out there, and I haven't felt like, boy, I just hope we can get something. I hope we can get this. I hope we can get that. No, we're going out there. We're dictating on offense. It's obvious through Russell Wilson's stats. And like you said, it would be nice to go out there and really start to pound the ball and make them, respect that run, because it's only going to open up more things. It's only going to keep that defense, as Albert was talking about, on the sidelines and keeping them fresh all that much longer, and should shape up to a fantastic second half if they follow that game plan.
Absolutely. And that's what we need to see. And I hope that Russ also will get his scramble time, that he can get the 33 yards that he still needs.
Yeah, 33 more yards to that 5,000. Of course, Michael Ronquillo, usually in here on all of our shows. Haven't seen him as of yet, but we did this kind of on a whim and a spur, so don't blame him there. But he brought up the fact, man, Russ is just 34 yards away as we started this game, away from 5,000 rushing yards. So far he's got 1 yard, so as Albert pointed out, 33 more yards to go, and he's hit that mark, one of only 3 quarterbacks who will ever hit that mark as of date. So final thoughts, guys, but before we get out of here, Albert, I'll hit you, and then I'll go back around to Jody, and then we'll let everyone enjoy the rest of halftime and get ready for the second half.
Yeah, I hope that our defense can get pressure on Jimmy G, then errors will happen. And our offense, they need to keep Crosby in shape and behind the lines, and then our offense should be very, very good.
Yeah, offense could continue to flow if we do that, buddy. Jody, what's your thoughts second half, and before we jump out of here?
Coming out of halftime, this is a big drive. Need points. Let's open this game up. I'm tired of these nail biters. Russell, keep doing what you're doing. Everyone, like he said, the receipts are in his back pocket, and he looks at them daily. So
there you go.
Keep doing what you're doing. And I want to see pressure. I'm with Albert too. Get pressure, and let's stop some Raider drives.
Yeah, I got to get a little bit more creative, maybe from Vance Joseph. Find a way to get pressure. That would be fantastic. Jimmy G's did take a couple of hits. Obviously, was even taken out of the game at one point. Took one a little bit later in the game where he kind of got rolled up on just a little bit as pressure was coming in. Need to continue that pressure. Need to keep him uneasy. Would like to see Damari Mathis step up as well a little bit. That's a guy that I expected a lot of. Had a couple of big plays on him. I will say I think that last play that he had on him was probably a breakdown defensively. There was a lot of open space that he had to try to cover, so don't put it all on just one guy. Sometimes it's a little bit easy to do when you're watching it all live. But Damari Mathis does need to step up a little bit, lock down on Jacoby Myers. So, guys, it's fantastic to be back. It's fantastic to have a Denver Broncos team that looks confident, looks competitive, looks like they can dictate on all sides of the ball. Do you want that third phase of the game to tighten up just a little bit? Obviously, we can't make extra points and can't have mess-ups like an onside kick, though I love the enthusiasm. So, guys, we're going to let you – go ahead, buddy. Yeah, go ahead, man. You got it.
As much as that extra point. If that's big, that's an easy extra point. We traded for this guy. Let's make the easy points.
Yeah, get the easy points. I'm glad – as of so far, like again, that onside kick didn't hurt us. So, all right, guys. Well, we're going to go ahead and get on out of here. Looks like we have one last comment coming in.
The game is on.
Game is on. We got to go, guys. We're getting out of here. Have a good one. Good night or goodbye, everyone.
Okay, bye.